walang mapait na kape at nakakainip na araw sa Keroppi Podcast.
Hello beautiful people and welcome back again sa ating podcast sa another episode ng Kero Cafe. I'm Kero and your only host here. Dahil iisa lang naman ako sa podcast. It's a solo podcast. Anyway, so today's episode, a friend of mine, sent something. It's a episode worthy. So since wala namang nagbibigay sa atin ng sulat-suliran or mga, tulad ng the usual pa-letter sending kineso. So since wala namang ganon, so we are going to entertain mga sulat ng, mga links or mga thread in Twitter na sinesend ng ating mga kaibigan or probably pag nakita ko na parang episode worthy ng podcast. So ito na nga. So yung sinend ng friend ko sa Twitter, isang thread. By the way, shout out nga pala sa friend ko na nag-send, si Mark. So itong si Mark, ito yung hinahanap ni Snake Princess dati. So yun. Joke lang. Anyway, so let's start with reading the thread. Ayun, so hindi na tayo magbabanggit ng mga pangalan ng mga ibon na nagtitweet, no? So let's start with reading the tweet. Hindi naman siya ganoon kahaba actually. Okay, so sabi niya, how to hold someone accountable, a thread. A few days ago, my friend and I rode a tricycle along Magsaysay Avenue. As we were about to disembark after giving our fare, the driver said it wasn't enough and demanded that we paid him 20 pesos each. The minimum fare is 13 pesos. He added that lugi ako. We were irritated but decided to give the amount he required. That night, I decided to inform, it's the government Twitter handle. So hindi na din natin sasabihin siguro. Parang familiar. Parang siguro alam niya na yun kung saan yung Magsaysay Avenue. Asking where I could file a complaint against the earring driver and narrated the incident. I got a response a few days after. And they informed me that they apprehended the said driver. This morning, I went to the public safety office to formalize my complaint. I met the driver and I was asked by Mr. from PSO to narrate again the event. The driver was remorseful and he apologized several times. We found out that aside from overcharging, he also has 2 other violations. He appealed his case and I agreed to only charge him for overcharging. He said he did it because he needed to buy his maintenance medicines, but Mr. argued that he couldn't use that as an excuse. Mr. here is the PSO, okay? I also told him that based on his conduct that night, I was convinced it wasn't the first time it had happened. There wasn't any assurance that he wouldn't do it again. I hope he will learn his lesson and not do it again. Shout out to the government PSO for your prompt action. Some are thinking na OA daw ang response ko sa ginawa ni Manong. Di po siya nakipag-usap ng maayos sa amin bago kami sumakay. He demanded tapos pasigaw pa. Kahit sino naman po, maiinis at based sa tono niya ng gabing yon, di lang yon ang unang pagkakataon na ginawa niya yon. Pasensya na po kasi mali talaga yung ginawa niya at kung papalampasin ko yon, uulitin niya yon sa iba. Mas mataas pa sana ang penalties niya pero sabi ko sa enforcer na yung sa overcharging na lang para magtanda na rin po siya. Last night, I told a friend I was with when this incident happened about what transpired during the formal filing of the complaint. He said he got scared that night when the tricycle driver raised his voice at us. He added he felt uncomfortable at that time. Hearing that from him made me believe that I did the right thing by reporting him to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. Now let us read some of the comments now because, the comments are the place where the clout is. At doon tayo pupunta. Charing. Cloud chaser, you're... So let's read some of the comments. So first comment, hindi natin magbabanggit ng mga pangalan ng mga ibon. So diretso na tayo sa comment nila. So sabi nung first dito sa view ko, okay man sana kuta magreklamo pero kan naghagad na ning dispensa sa imo, sana tinapos mo na dumaan. May nanunda naman na ito. Kung otrohon niya na sa iyaha na itong karagon di konsensya. Gusto ta maugma ang mas maugma kung may compassion din. Next is, kaya di unlad ang Pilipinas kasi mahilig mangonsente ng mali ang mga Pilipino. Another says, the fare could have been negotiated before the trip, but all this effort on your part and penalty on his part for 7 pesos deficit, this isn't just, it's petty. Sabi ng isa. Then there's another one says, from our drivers to politicians, same mentality. Ano ba naman ang 7 pesos? Dagdag sa pasahe na kukunin ko sa laki ng budget niyo sa bahay. Politiko, ano ba naman ang 7 million na kukunin ko sa 5 trillion na budget niyo para sa bayan? Wala sa liit o laki yan, nasa tama o mali. Then there's another one, sometimes, hindi natin ubusin ang comments, no? Pero mag-ano lang tayo, magbasa lang tayo ng mga iilan and hindi mo siya analyze, pero parang let's just say, in short, analyze, yan na lang. Sometimes, minsan, mas okay maging compassionate kaysa sa maging tama. Sometimes, minsan, mas okay maging compassionate kaysa sa maging tama. Tanong mo sarili mo, worth it ba yung domino effect? Siguro ako, kausapin ko na lang to be respectful next time. But ako ito. Yan, so naglinis din siya ng kanyang hands. Let's scroll down. Filipino bad habits have become rampant because instead of holding them accountable, authorities treat the violation too small to penalize. Hence, we became undisciplined. Kung nawalan si truck driver ng work, it was his fault for doing an irregularity, not the complaint. Sa dami ng English mo, hihirap mo ba yung 7 pesos? So that's another one. Well, kung offensive yon sa POV ng user, since siya naka-experience, I think there's nothing wrong about it. Bakit need i-invalidate concern niya just because tricycle driver si kuya? Hindi naman lahat financially gifted rin. Is it bad na ayaw niya i-tolerate yung ganon behavior? Kung ginawa niya maayos ang trabaho niya, naghahanap buhay pa rin siya hanggang ngayon. 7 pesos man yan or lower, ang mali ay mali. Kahera nga sa Jollibee, kinulang lang ng piso, kailangan nila bayaran. Kaya mga politiko naka-neck braces na, nakasakay na sa wheelchair kapag nahuli. Kasi alam nila, maawa kayo. At kapag pinatawad na, balik sa dating gawain. We always find in our hearts reason not to follow the law or forgive those who don't follow the law. Hashtag third world problems. Kasi si kuya is parang foreigner yata si kuya. Baka ganon. There's another one, regulated by the LTFRB ay fair. Dapat may nakapaskil na fair matrix. Tricycle driver din ako, kaya sumusunod kami sa batas na pinatutupad. Depende din po siguro sa iyo ng biyahe. Pero kung di niya sinunod ang taripa, ibang usapan na yan. Then there's another one. I even pay more if nice yung driver and if ma-extra ako. Pero if hindi maganda service or masama ugali, exact amount lang binabayad ko. So I understand this post. I just don't have the courage to do what he did if this happened to me. Then there's another one with a meme. Look at the ratio. Yan. Sige, pag-uusapan natin later yung ratio nitong mga comments. So if you notice, there are people that parang pro tricycle driver, and then there's also people na pro the author. Okay, let's read that last one. Ito na yung panghuli. Humaba na yung thread na ito. For me, tama ginawa ni Kuya to report the incident. Para kay Kuya driver, sana nagipag-negotiate ka ng pamasahe sa pasahero mo bago mo sila isinakay. Pagbibigyan ka naman siguro ng pasahero mo depende sa pakikipag-usap mo. Ayan, so that's our last, kasi masyadong mahaba na yung natin. Baka hahaba na naman ang ating podcast episode. So personally, I am pro-author din. I'm, din ako sa kanya, leaning towards the author. Because not because hindi masama ang ugali ko or wala akong puso, no. It's just that parang that's the right thing to do naman kasi there's already a process if I mean there's already a process. First is there's a fare matrix, right? So yung tricycle driver will follow the fare matrix kasi nasa prangkisa nila yon. That's what they agreed to para makakuha ng franchise na. So what he's doing is he's overcharging. So that's against the rule dun sa franchise, di ba? Na pinirmahan nila, na pinagkasunduan nila. Second is, yun namang ginawa ni Kuya na pagsumbong is also the right thing to do because there is a process then na if there's someone who is not doing wrong things, di ba? So, isusumbong, and good thing is, ginawa naman ng action ng kinaukulan. So, yun naman yung tama, right? Because it's incorrect. So, hindi natin dapat parang, hindi ko rin na-gets actually yung ibang comments why they are invalidating the author because, yun nga, because 7 pesos. Yung kasi ng mga, yung iba, na-gets ko rin naman since, I'm also from a poor family. Parang naintindihan ko naman na, what if ikaw yung pamilya ni tricycle driver and then because of that 7 pesos or because of that incident, wala kayong makain ngayon. Parang ganon, di ba? Pero if you're gonna look at it, not in just in your own parang scenario or perspective, makikita mo na mali talaga si Kuya Driver. It's because nagkaroon, yung may isang comment nga doon, right, na it's not because of the sumbong na nawalan siya ng work or hindi naman siya siguro nawalan ng work, parang nagkaroon lang siya ng feeling ko hindi naman siya nawalan ng work, parang nagka-penalty lang siya or meron lang parang ganon, feeling ko ganon lang yung nangyari. Kasi di ba sabi niya sa tweet niya is instead of pushing, parang may dalawa pa siyang parang kaso, right? Pero yung overcharging lang yung rinace ni Kuya author. Hindi na niya pinush yung ibang kaso ni Kuya Driver. So that means na sa documentation or sa literature ni Kuya Driver, isa lang yung pagkakamali niya, kumbaga, sa records, right? So baka parang warning lang yon, so ganon lang. So siguro penalty lang. Baka 1K, 5K, mga ganon lang. From 7 pesos to 5K. Of course, for the tricycle driver, maaring malaki na yun, no? Anyway, so, kung nagkaroon man siya ng ganong problema, not because of the sumbong of the Kuya author, but because of the wrong things that he did. Hindi naman, di ba? Kung hindi niya yun ginawa, kung yung sabi nga ng isang commenter na, kung hindi niya yun ginawa, sana may work pa siya ngayon and he's doing fine right now, no? Hindi siya nagkaroon ng problema. So, because pinasok na yun, so, yun yung consequence, right? And then, what else? Second naman is, if you're gonna look at it also in a way na parang kung tama ba talaga. Kasi, parang may term doon din yun yung mga ibang commenter dito na pro Kuya Driver. Parang may term, parang yun, Robin Hood Kineso. Parang ganon. And nabasa ko yun sa, I forgot the full term, pero the idea there, yung Robin Hood is nandun. Parang Robin Hood something, mindset, or parang ganon. Nabasa ko yun sa yung libro ni, ano nga yung sikat na author, nakalimutan ko rin yung author, pero sikat siya na book, yung Rich Dad, Poor Dad, something. So, sabi doon, parang hindi din siya yung author ng Rich Dad, Poor Dad na book is hindi din siya into the Robin Hood Kineso because it's a wrong practice para sa kanya. Hindi siya for growth, no? Yung tipo na mindset, yung Robin Hood mindset. Let's just say Robin Hood mindset kasi nakalimutan ko yung term. So hindi siya para sa isang growth ng person or ng community. It looks okay. Parang, ano magtawag nun? I forgot the term, pero parang maganda siya tingnan. Parang you're doing the right thing. Pero it's not actually the right thing, right? Because what happened is, well, anyway, it's not, nasa Robin Hood Keneso, pero during the Robin Hood Keneso, diba, parang they're stealing from the rich people, quote-unquote, rich people, para ibamigay daw sa mga mahirap. Pero sabi ni author doon is parang, it should not be that case na parang the mahirap will rely so much on the rich people. Because first of all, the rich people are probably, first they are rich because from diba, parang from their ancestors, ganon. Or probably they are rich because they really do the hard work on their own, right? Or they're just simply lucky, right? They were lucky because, nagnegosyo sila, and then they're lucky to, kasi hindi naman lahat ng negosyo yaman, right? So they do some actions, and then they're lucky then to be blessed by, or to be blessed kaya naging mayaman sila or umangat sila sa buhay. It doesn't mean na because of that, you are going to steal from them. Diba? Parang like what Robin Hood is doing. Pero of course, the story, iba naman yung kaso nila doon. Pero anyway, parang on that surface lang, parang it's incorrect. Kasi dapat yung poverty, or let's just say, yung mga nararanasan mo ngayon na paghihirap or pahirap sa buhay, it's not actually parang pahirap yun, parang, you deserve this one. It's just a challenge for you to grow, right? So, ayun. So, if you feel na mahirap ka ngayon, so you need to ask yourself, how can you elevate your life? Parang, okay, mahirap ako ngayon, so ano bang gagawin ko? Magtatrabaho lang ba ako ganito? Or do I need to do double jobs or triple jobs or mga abroad? You will do actions na will solve your problem, right? So that problem, yung pagiging mahirap, can be resolved. And hindi naman ibig sabihin na pag mahirap ka is you're sad or parang ano, diba? Mostly din naman may mga, may mas happy pa din naman yung iba naman is happy naman sila na mahirap yung kalagayan nila. they're contented, right? Because hindi naman measurement of success yung laman ng pocket mo or ng kaban mo sa buhay, diba? Or in other words, hindi measurement ng success yung pagiging mayaman. Okay? So we have different meaning of success. Anyway, back to the kasi nag-digress na tayo. Back to the topic. So yung sa ang kuya driver. So yung mga comments, some comments are pro driver. It's because they have that kind of mindset or mentality, yung Robin Hood Keneso, na parang naawa sila sa driver. So because he's kuya driver versus si kuya author na hindi natin alam kung ano rin yung trabaho niya. Probably baka janitor din siya, diba? So parang, diba, parang hindi naman niya sinabi kung nakakaangat siya sa buhay or what. Pero nag-assume lang yung mga commenters na siguro mas nakakaangat sa buhay si kuya author versus kuya driver. So parang for 7 pesos or for that amount of money, nag-effort ka talaga para quote-unquote sirain yung buhay or pamumuhay ni kuya driver. So again, hindi naman yung ginawa niya for me is tama yon, because dapat nating itigil yung ganong klaseng culture na hindi dahil mahirap is they are allowed not to do something bad against others, right? So parang, we need to be fair to everyone, right? Whether mahirap siya or mayaman siya, it's just that lang siguro. Yung mga mayayaman is they have resources, diba, para makatakas sa law or whatever. Pero at the end of the day, para hindi natin yun isipin, kasi yung iba namang mayaman is fair din naman sila, right? So hindi natin i-generalize na masama ang mga mayaman at mababait ang mga hirap. At dahil mababait ang mga hirap is they're doing this because of, yung sabi ni Kuya Driver, yung parang because may maintenance siya or something like that. So probably that's just an alibi or what, pero whether it's true or not, it's not a good reason to do that one, parang nanggagancho ka ng ibang tao para lang sa maintenance mo, right? So kung kukunin ka ni Lord, edi kukunin ka ni Lord, right? Parang ayaw mo nun. Everyone wants to go to heaven, pero pag tinatanong kung ready ka na ba is ayaw nila girl. So ano ba talaga, right? Anyway, let's go back. So ayun, second, another cent. Kasi 2 cents so may another cent pa tayong ibibigay. Stupid yarn. So, another item, if we're gonna look at this way now, if sabihin natin na, napakasama naman ng ugali ko or walang puso ko naman because parang pro-author ako or whatever. Yun bang, hindi ka na naawa kay Kuya Driver? Let's just say, let's disregard mo natin yung Robin Hood mentality na hindi natin alam yung ganong klaseng mentality. Pero if you're gonna look at it in a logical way, no? So, if for example, you will let Kuya Driver parang remove the burden, yung parusa. So, what will happen is he will do it again. Similar doon sa example ng isang commenter na parang similar scenario lang din naman siya sa mga politicians. The only difference is 7 pesos yung kay Kuya Driver, but the politicians are probably 7 million out of 1 trillion, right? So, ilan lang ba yung 7 million sa 1 trillion, right? Bariya lang din. So, similar. Ganun. So, anyway, back to my point is kung kukunin mo yung burden niya or yung parusa sa kanya, is maaaring babalik siya, right? Or kung hindi mo sinumbong yon, so Kuya Driver will do it over and over. And eventually, lahat ng mga pasahero na nakasakay sa kanya and naka-experience ng ganong klaseng trauma is parang maano na sila, like they will also parang yung word of mouth, they will tell it also to others na doon sa lugar na yon nag-overcharge yung mga tricycle driver. Even if it's just one kuya, si kuya lang yung nag-overcharge, pero because of that story, and then yung mga hindi pa nakapunta sa lugar na yon will be scared now of going there. You know what I mean? Parang, like for example, dito sa Philippines na pag sinabing Mindanao is giyera or may mga NPA or something like that. Pero if you're from Mindanao, like, wala namang ganon. There are portions lang, but not the entire Mindanao. You can still come here and alam mo yun. So, pero na-generalize yung parang the entire island of Mindanao na magulo. Pero sinabing Mindanao is magulo. Parang ganon. But that was before, no? Pero I don't know right now sa mga Gen Z on how they see Mindanao right now. Anyway, back to my point. So yung mas nadadama yung mga kabaro ni Kuya Driver because of what happened, because of what he did. So kung sa tingin nyo na parang nakakawa si Kuya Driver and parang hindi na lang sabihin nyo or hindi na lang sana sinumbong si Kuya Driver, magpapatuloy sa gawain niya and then makakapekto pa siya ng ibang kabuhayan na mga kapwa niya driver. And what if, for example, that place, hindi ko alam kung saang place yun, no? Parang sinabi lang naman yung Magsaysay Avenue. I'm not sure if it's, if it's just a part of a barangay or what. Baka naman kasi, di ba, it's an island or something, or anyway. So because of that, parang nasisira din yung image ng lugar nila na ganun yung mga driver. Parang similar lang din yun sa Manila. Like for example, when you say Manila, mga taxi driver dyan magaganso. Parang ganon. Parang wag ka na lang mag-taxi. Pag pumunta ka ng Manila, wag ka na lang mag-taxi. Mag-grab ka na lang kahit mahal siya. At least you're comfortable. Yung parang you are, you're treated fairly. Alam mo yun. So, nasira na yung mga taxi driver. Now, what happened, right? Kung may problem sa taxis, di ba mayroon pa rin na magta-taxi doon sa Manila for sure. But, if you're not from Manila, parang yun yung advice ng karamihan na wag ka na lang mag-taxi. Find another transportation options na lang. Parang ganon. Yun yung mga sinasabi nila. So, Similar din yun sa mangyayari sa lugar na yun because of what he did, nakabaro niya ng mga tricycle driver. And then also, the entire location, yung mga tao na pupunta doon is parang, ganun, masyadong, parang hindi na sila nagtitiwala sa mga drivers. Diba? So yung mga tao doon na pupunta sana sa lugar nila is, they will parang less prioritize na lang that place or find alternative na lang instead. So, hindi lang sa mga tricycle drivers, but also possible din sa ibang mga negosyo doon. Or, di ba? Because konti na lang din yung tao na pumupunta, instead of going there, naghahanap na lang ng alternative yung ibang tao because they want to avoid the hassle dun sa mga tricycle driver na according sa mga haka-haka or sa word of mouth, hindi maganda, right? So if we continue tolerating that kind of mindset or culture na parang dahil nakakawa si Kuya Driver, let's go for Kuya Driver because nakakawa siya. So yun na nga. So yun yung parang point ko din na hindi dahil mahirap si Kuya Driver, hindi dahil parang he is an underdog, hindi dahil ganon yung image niya na pinapakita niya, yung maniniwala agad tayo at maaawa agad. We need to be logical in our decisions, our principles, diba? So kung ano yung how we react, how we perceive the situation will be based from our principles in life, from our ethics, beliefs. Anyway, thank you so much sa nagpadala. Hindi siya nagpadala actually, more parang pinasa niya lang sa akin. Yan nga si Mark for sending the topic for the sa thread na ito, na actually naging rin siya, nakita ko din na meron siyang, tawag doon, parang nag-trend siya ng konti. Ayun. Anyway, so thank you so much for sending that one. Keep coming. Thanks for sending. And yun lang. Sana may makita pala yung magandang topic. No? Maraming magandang topic actually na makikita sa Twitter. Kasi Twitter is a place where everyone can say something. Alam mo yun pang parang, if Facebook is saying, what's your thought? Pero actually doon sa Twitter nila yung nilalagay instead of Facebook, because Facebook is like curated na rin right? Yung mga magandang nangyayari sa buhay mo. But in Twitter, parang siya yung, kumbaga, what's happening under that beautiful smiles or under that great photos of you in Facebook. Yun yung parang, kumbaga, BTS behind the scene. Like, doon mo makikita sa Twitter. So, magandang source yung Twitter.
Ayan, so thank you so much for listening sa podcast episode na to. Hopefully, you're going to follow or subscribe. I will be posting mostly my podcast every Thursday and Sunday. And so again, this is Keropi, and thank you, and see you on my next episode. Bye.